Today I want to make I'm not even going to say short. None of my videos are short, but I wanted to make a video on a specific brush. Now this brush was sent to me, but this is not sponsored. I just wanted to try it out with y'all first because that's what I like to do with new stuff. So this is the Artis Elite Collection Mirror Finish Palm Brush. Now I know this is not new by any means. In fact, I think it's been out for a while, but it's new to me, and I only have one other Artis brush. I have the Oval 7, and I haven't tried anything else from the brand, so I really wanted to give this a try. This is bigger and better for more coverage or more space that you're able to cover at one time, and I love it. So this is the actual brush. It has a little indentation right here for your finger, which makes it very easy to hold. Now they call it a palm brush, but you're not really going to hold it in your palm like this. You're just going to hold it like this. Now, first off, the thing that I feel like I love the most about this compared to their other brushes with the handles is that the ones with the handles were technically made to be ergonomically easier to use on yourself, and they're not as easy to use as a makeup artist on other people because of the way that they are shaped. Now this one I feel like would be just as easy to paint on someone else's face as it would my own. So that's the first thing that I found that I really liked about this brush. Now, I did have a little FaceTime conversation with one of the members of the Artis team, and he gave me some information that I just want to relay to you real quick because I wouldn't be able to say it as good as he does because I didn't know this stuff, half of it. Now, some of it I did. Basically, these are all patented Cosma fibers, or Cosma fibers. Yes, they are all synthetic. There is no animal hairs used in the making of these brushes, which is nice, but they are so densely packed, and apparently this little color right here is the tip of the fiber, and the product does not go past that. Because of the technology of the Cosma fiber and because of the density of the brush, it will not suck your product into it, which means technically you should use less product. So I think that's really what the whole Artis brand goes off of, is the technology of these Cosma fibers and the fact that you will not lose product and you will actually use less, therefore saving you money in the long run. Now he told me some ways that you can use this that I probably would not have thought of. He said it's great for skincare because of the size, which I could totally see. And it's just, like, do you need it for skincare? No, you could easily use your fingers, but I feel like it would be very, very luxurious and pampering if you did use it for skincare. So there's that. Obviously foundation, obviously body makeup, like body shimmer or face and body makeup, if you're going to be using it like as an artist on someone, and it's just an easy all-around way to apply that. And also self-tanner. Like I was just checking my neck because I'm pretty sure, even though I can't see it. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. So as we know, I always have the hardest time with self-tanner on my neck. It doesn't want to stick for some reason. So my neck is always either splotchy or just not self-tanned. So I have a lot of splotchiness right here from my self-tanner, which I really need to get rid of. But it's because I keep forgetting to bring a brush down to my bathroom to use. A lot of y'all had told me before of some makeup brushes that you love to use for that purpose. This one would be amazing for self-tanner on your neck. I just can't even, I imagine I'm going to fall in love with it for makeup, but I don't know if I want to go in between, but we'll see. Because another thing that I want to mention real quick before we start using it is that this is supposed to, because it doesn't hold on to product, be able to move in between products and in between consistencies. So I'm going to use it for my primer and my foundation today, but then I'm going to go straight in and use it for my powder products. The only thing he says to do is in between products is to just take a towel. This is like a microfiber dish towel, and rub it on to get all of whatever the last product you used, to get all of it off the very tips of the brush. And then you can go right into something else. So we're going to try it. I don't know. I haven't used this yet, so this is going to be new for all of us. And I did not mention this is $65. So, a lot of people are going to be like, what? $65? But I'm looking at my collection right now. I have an $80 La Mer brush. I have a $110 Tom Ford brush. All of my Wayne Goss, I mean, I have a set for $130. I have single brushes from Wayne Goss that are $50, $60. And they're not single use, but you know, they're good for like one thing. It's not something that I would never use my Wayne Goss brushes for liquids and then go straight into powder. Even though I think he says you can do that, I would never do it. I would never do it with Tom Ford. I would never do it with La Mer. It's just not something I would be comfortable doing. So this, even though it is $65, if it really does do all the things that it's saying it's going to do, that's not that much money. So we're going to see. We're going to see. So I'm going to pull my hair back. I've already done my eyes, very, very, very minimal. I just popped a cream shadow and my bronzer that I plan on using in my crease because I wanted the focus to be on the skin. So one thing he did tell me about applying the product is that he recommends dotting it on the face first and then going in to blend it out with a brush instead of putting it on your hand and picking it up with a brush or putting it directly on the brush. So that's what we're going to do. I'm using the Pure Correcting Primer, and my lights are very bright today, y'all. So it's going to be washed out a little bit, but it's okay. I'm just putting a little bit, and I'm just going to dot it on my face because this is one of the primers that I do use all over my face. We're going to go to town with my palm brush. It is super soft. It would be very intimidating, I think, to someone just looking at it, because it does look like it would not be very comfortable. I mean, it's a huge brush. Now, first thing I noticed, don't know about this. Can you see that right there? My friends, is my SPF. That's supposed to be on my face, not on my brush. I'm gonna wipe it off. It's been 3 hours since I did my original skincare. So my SPF should not be coming off on a brush. It does not come off on my hands when I use my hands. Okay. Whew, my hair. I'm going to put my corrector on before I go in with my foundation. Now, I picked a foundation that was a little bit more liquidy because I felt like it might work better with this brush, but B, also doesn't have a ton of coverage to it. And I wanted to see if the brush actually made it have less coverage or good coverage. Because when you look at a brush this thick, you kind of think, that's going to take some of the coverage away. But the whole point of the Cosmofiber is to not take it away. So I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder Youth Boosting Perfect Skin Foundation. This is in the color 7. It may be a little dark for me, but y'all know I don't care. And I need to touch up my bronzer down here anyway. Okay, so I'm just going to start with this side of my face. Dotted it on like it said. Well, hello, that was easy. Not a single brush mark. I feel like that's pretty consistent with the coverage I normally get out of this foundation. I mean, it is a lightweight foundation, but we are going to try to build up with the brush. I don't know how it's coming across off camera or on camera. I, however, am not tugging on my skin. And I think that's important to tell you because, again, this looks like a brush that would tug on your skin. I am not a skin tugger. Anything that's going to tug on my skin, it needs to go far, far away. My skin needs to stay as firm and as tight as it possibly can. I turned my phone off for filming and then I missed calls. I hope that wasn't a client. Okay, so I also worried about it around my brows because I always do my brows first, but it looks like I'm able to maneuver it where it's not going to mess them up by turning it on its side and whatnot. Okay. Well, hello, Fast Foundation. I am not mad at that at all. So we're going to try to build it up just a little bit, and then we are going to take it down my neck and see how well this size does for that, which is also going to show us how it might work for self-tanner. So I'm just going to put a little bit more. I don't know how well it built up, but it didn't take any away either. And I'm okay with that coverage. That's what I wanted today. That's why I like this foundation, because it's super light coverage and it just evens out the skin. So I'm going to put some down on my neck. Oh, this is going to be a dream for self-tanner. Holy cow, that's going to be amazing. Okay. So, if I wasn't talking to y'all, I imagine that I could get my foundation done very fast. Probably a little bit faster than a beauty blender or regular brush. Now, it's not going to be something that you're going to, like, save 5 minutes off your foundation routine. No, it's not going to be that fast, but it's still efficient nonetheless. So, I'm going to put some concealer on real quick and be right back because I'm not going to use this for concealer. It's just a little too big. I use the Charlotte Tilbury concealer, if you're wondering. Okay, so I'm going to try this with cream bronzer, but I have a feeling it's going to be a mistake. I'm going to take a little bit of my Armani Liquid Summer Drops. And because it said to put it on the face first, I'm just going to put a little bit right up here. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to kind of use just this side to, okay. I'm blending it upward towards my hairline. Okay. That, my friends, is faster than you can do with a beauty blender or brush, at least for me. So let's see how it does. See how it does right here. I'm just kind of stippling it on the side. Oh my goodness. It actually keeps it where you want it. And I think Kathy, if you're watching, you know who you are. I think you were the one that mentioned having an issue with your cream bronzer kind of patching your foundation off. This is not doing that at all. It's where I want it to be. It's not patchy at all. Oh, I like it. Okay. Now, before any of y'all say this is a first impression, your thoughts might change. I don't think, totally believe that when it comes to makeup. I don't necessarily think that with brushes, just so you know. That's why I chose to do a first impression for this. I feel like if I like the brush, I like the brush. That's not really going to change. Okay, so I went ahead and set my under eyes because I'm not going to use this for powder for that, but I am going to go in with a face powder. So I'm going to take my towel, since we're going into powder products, and I'm going to take this and I'm just going to rub it. He said just rub it like this across the towel to ensure and I see a little bit of coloring there, but this, he says, will ensure that all the product comes off. So I'm going to use my Chanel powder today. This is what I'm scared of. This is where I think it could go bad really fast. Okay, so I'm just going to take the palm brush. I'm going to stick it directly into my powder. It picks up quite a bit of product, so I'm going to tap it off. Quite a bit of product. Do like this. This is where I'm scared because I don't want to mess up my face. I do not want to look like a cake face. So basically he just said to stipple the powder on and have it like melt into your skin. I'm going back in for just a little bit at the tip for my forehead. Okay, so that definitely worked. I'm going to put whatever excess I have down here since I did put foundation down here. But I can't tell if it's a little cakier than I'm used to, but by the time I get done, that's when I'll be able to tell for sure. I am not going to try this with bronzer because I just don't think it'll buff bronzer in like I want it to. I think I will come back and try it for blush, but let me put my bronzer on real quick and I'll be back. Okay, so for blush, I'm going to go in with the Marc Jacobs Flesh and Fantasy. And this kind of worries me too. So the thing with this is that I like to use all the colors. So I just kind of went over across the whole thing. I don't know, y'all. This could be the biggest disaster. I tapped it off just a little bit on my hand. Okay, well, not my favorite for blush. If I'm going to be 150% honest. It worked, but I felt like it put a little bit too much pigment right where I first set it, and I don't think I can drag this because it is a little too dense, and I do think it'll pick up product underneath. So for blush right now, I'm like, we'll see. Let me try to fix this with an actual blush brush. Is there much that Hourglass cannot fix? No. In my opinion, there is not. All right, so I did buff it out with the Hourglass powder. And I don't think there's anything else that I'm going to do my makeup with it today. So let me finish it up and I'll be back to share my final thoughts on the Artis palm. Okay, so I have finished the makeup and I just used a gloss, but I think there was some concealer or something on my lips, so it looks super pale, but you know, I like that look just before anybody makes a comment about concealer lips. So do I think that this $65 little cute palm brush is worth it? Do I? I'm not mad at it. I don't think I like it for blush. However, I think it might be wonderful for cream and liquid blushes. I'm really excited to try this with my NARS liquid blush. I think it would be amazing for that. It is so super soft. It did transition between liquids and powders beautifully. And now that I'm done with my makeup, I do not feel like the powder looks heavy at all. In fact, I think it looks pretty perfect. So I was happy with how easy that stippled it on, and I do think I used a whole lot less powder than I normally do. I think I used probably a little bit of the same amount of foundation, but I loved how easily it was to put down on my neck. I can't wait to try this for self-tanner, and because it transitions so well for in between liquids and powders, I really am not that worried about how it's going to transition between self-tanner and makeup. So I am eager to try it with that. I'm eager to put it in my kit and try it with body makeup and body shimmer. Some of my brides like to have their décolleté very shimmery, and I think this would make it so quick, so quick. So I'm liking this brush. I am recommending this brush because of how many different things you can do with it. And it's not something that I'm going to get on here and say, oh, you know, I like this brush, blah, 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 and then never use it again. I'm going to use it again. I'm going to use it tomorrow. I'm going to try it with a ton of different foundations. I'll keep y'all updated, and maybe not this month since it's so towards the end and I pretty much know what my favorites are going to be, but maybe in September I'll try to remember to touch base on it in my favorites and let you know how it's worked with other products. But very quickly, I want to touch on cleaning. He did say obviously rub it on the towel in between products, and then they sell like a cleaning device. I don't know how much it is. I don't think it was really that much. But I also asked him, you know, for someone who's not going to buy that, what's a good way to clean it? And he said to use like Blue Dawn soap or Dr. Bronner's, which is my personal preferred soap. It's what I clean all of my soap and sponges with, is the Dr. Bronner's liquid soap. So that made me happy to know that I already have something that will work on this. And he said that it only needs to be cleaned like every 3 weeks, deep cleaned, because this stuff doesn't stay in there, so bacteria is not going to grow. Okay, so that's what he said, which, you know, I'll take that. I have enough to do. I don't really want to have to wash a big brush like that every 4 days. So hopefully this little demo / review / first impression was helpful. I like it. I'm excited for how much stuff it does. And I'm excited for the quick application. I'm excited to try it with more powders. I'm really excited to try it with that liquid blush. And I'm excited to take it in my kit. For body makeup, I think it would be amazing. For skincare, I don't know if I'm going to try it because I'm just so used to using my fingers, but I think it'd be great for that too. So hopefully this was helpful. I think it was a little fun just to try something out a little new to me, even though it's not new and y'all have probably seen tons of reviews on this, but I thought I would bring you my perspective. So if you have not subscribed, be sure and do so before you leave so you don't miss out on any future videos. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a very blessed day.